Ladies and gentlemen, hear now the voice of the sky, cold, silent, and absolute. I am the whisper in the night that nations cannot ignore. Born from steel and secrets, I glide where radar dreams die, carrying the weight of strategy and the burden of deterrence. I am the B-2 spirit, a shadow, forged into a shape that bends light and mind alike. I do not roar like the fighters of yesterday. I do not need to. My power is soft at the edges and sharp at the heart. I move like a thought, sudden, inevitable, and final. When darkness opens its arms, I slip through the seams of detection. Nations posture. Alarms scream. Plans are rearranged, and still, I have already been where they imagined I could not go. Engineers wrote my lines on paper. Aerodynamics gave me wings without tail. Stealth gave me silence where others have only noise. Each rivet, each contour, each ounce of composite was chosen not for beauty but for purpose. I am proof that human craft can bend physics to will, a wing that flattens the sky, a hull that confounds sensors, a design that says when you must be sure. Call on the unseen. Do not mistake my silence for gentleness. My payload is a promise. If diplomacy fails and chaos seeks to break the order, I stand ready not to glorify war, but to preserve peace through strength. My mission is older than the metal that houses me, to deter, to prevent, to end conflicts before they begin. When adversaries weigh costs and risks, it is the certainty of assets like me that keeps the quiet nights longer and the bargaining tables closer. There is a human story stitched into my seams. I am not merely composite and code. I am the collective craft of minds who stayed up past midnight, who argued over tolerances and tolerances again, who tested and rebuilt until the impossible became routine. Pilots who trained to guide my subtle dance, maintainers who coax life into my systems at dawn, strategists who place me on maps where decisions are made. Each of them lends a pulse to my mission. Honor to those unseen hands. Respect to those who plan the hard choices. History remembers the bold, but understands the wise. In the crucible of conflict, technology alone cannot decide fate's policy and prudence do. I exist at the intersection of both. When leaders choose restraint, they rely on capabilities like mine not to strike first, but to make miscalculation prohibitively costly. The calculus of deterrence is bitter and precise. It demands clarity of purpose, moral restraint, and an unblinking willingness to carry out difficult tasks. When all else fails, look at my silhouette and you will read the future of aerial design. A flying wing that flirts with invisibility. An aircraft that turned doctrine on its head not by brute force, but by changing what counts as advantage. I taught the world that protection is as much about being unseen as it is about being unstoppable. I became the argument that sometimes the mere possibility of presence is enough to hold storms at bay.